All right, teachers, we've made it to part 2 of our iReady professional development workshop. In part 1, we discussed ways to analyze and interpret our student iReady data to guide instruction and see where we might need some areas of improvement and where students are still struggling. In part 2, we're going to talk about iReady incentives and how we can get our kids excited about iReady, because we know that the #1 way to improve student iReady data scores is to get them excited about what they're doing. If kids are excited about what they're learning and what they're doing, they're going to put forth their best effort. So today we're going to look at a couple ways to increase student motivation through visuals, reward system, token economies, different techniques that teachers have used to increase student motivation in their classrooms, and maybe some of them will be a good fit for you and you'd like to implement them in your room. So what is our purpose? It's best to use iReady as a way to gather data on your students that will be helpful as you differentiate the instruction in your class. The deep dive into data can help savvy teachers target instruction, build intervention groups, and track the effectiveness of their instruction. So in part 1, we discussed how we can use that data to really know our students and know their needs and fine-tune those. So how can we engage our students? Does this sound familiar to anyone? It certainly sounds familiar to me. But my students hate iReady. How can I get them motivated? I can't get my students to focus and put forth effort. It seems like they're just clicking away. In my classroom, we call them happy clickers, where they couldn't be less engaged. They don't know what they're reading. They're just clicking away, waiting for the time to go up. Sound familiar? We've got to stop that, or else our data is just going to keep going. So, not anymore. How can we work together to get our students excited about iReady and eager to show off their skills? We need students to understand that iReady is not just about a score. It's about showing what they know. The iReady system itself does a good job of kind of congratulating and motivating students. They get to earn coins to play games, but we need to do more. So here's one example. This is what a teacher did. It says, "We are ready for iReady, meet the iReady crew." And she just posted pictures and a short little biography about each student to get them excited about what they're doing. All right, something another teacher used that I thought was cute is iReady punch cards. This is a good system to keep students accountable for their learning and how much they've done, how many lessons they've done, and how far they need to go. And this can be differentiated to meet your needs. It says punch card. This card belongs to, write your student's name, and then 10 punches equals, and then you decide. Do 10 punches equal lunch with the teacher? Maybe take your shoes off in class? Extra recess? That's for you to decide. All right, here's an idea. iReady Student of the Week. So it's got their familiar iReady characters and just a picture of them. It really boosts morale, gets them excited when they walk into the classroom or walk down the hallway to see their picture up there and to know, hey, I accomplished something, I'm important. This was another cute idea. It's called I Finished and Passed a Lesson. So the students that finish their lessons for the week, they get to come up and sign their name. It's like an autograph board. The students think that's really special, so they get to feel important when they go up and sign their name. And the more students that are going up there and writing their name, the other students in the class are going to be motivated. They're like, well, I want to get up there. I want to write my name. What color am I going to pick? So that's a good way to kind of get students to want to do their work and do their best work. Because notice here it says, I finished and passed. It's not enough just to finish, because kids can finish. They'll click away until they're done. But did they pass their lesson? That's what we're concerned with. All right, this is a growth chart. So to excellence and beyond with iReady. This is what I use in my classroom. Each student starts, it's a little bit different than this. We have frogs, and the frogs start in the pond, and then they get to hop to 15 minutes, and then hop to 30 minutes, and then hop to 45 minutes. So throughout the week, the students can watch their frog kind of move around. So every day we check how many minutes the students have completed. When they get to 45, they're done. So that's a great visual to keep students accountable and get them to want to move on with their iReady and get going. This is a cute idea. It does look like it's out in the hallway, so it's more of a commitment. It's bigger, but That's a good way to boost school morale as well. All right, and an iReady clip chart. One of the easiest ways that we can increase student motivation. Same concept as what I use in my room. They would start at the bottom, and then as they're moving up in their progress, their clip's going to go up and up. That's going to be exciting for them to get to go and move their clip up. They're going to want to see it at the top, especially if, there's maybe a little reward up here at the top for if you've reached 60 minutes. A class SMART goal. This might work well for some of the older grades and maybe even some of the younger grades. So this SMART goal is complete and pass 2 iReady lessons with at least 70% in the next 2 weeks. It's specific, measurable, attainable. It gives them their time limit. And it's completely appropriate for what we're doing. This could be a good idea. And then the kids are recognized when they meet their halfway point, which is good. So they're not just waiting until they reach the final thing. They are being encouraged throughout their goal. This was a very cute idea, especially for the younger grades. So if you teach maybe K through 2, it's letters from their iReady pals. So you can order these online. They're familiar with their little characters. And this just letter says, "Dear Mrs. Tomlin's class, we were so proud of you for getting your iReady minutes last week. We wanted to give you a treat for all of those 100s. Keep working hard. Love, Snag and Plory." So this is a really cute thing for the little ones. They would feel so special to know that their iReady pals wrote them a letter and gave them a little treat. So that's one way that you can increase student motivation in your classroom. Now this last one is an interesting idea. I know a lot of teachers are using brag tags in the classroom. So brag tags, essentially, if you're not familiar, each student will start with their little chain, and when you catch them doing something good, you can have them go get a brag tag, like, "I was a good friend today," or "I finished all my work," "I lost a tooth," little moments that we can celebrate with them. This is an iReady brag tag. So as they're progressing and moving along in their lessons, you can go ahead and add little charms, little clips to them, and that's a fun way to increase student motivation. They're excited about their bracelet or their necklace, and they want to show it off. All right, thank you, teachers. I hope that you learned some interesting ideas to use in your classroom to increase student motivation, and we will follow up, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. Thank you.